Happy Football Friday, everybody. Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar, 5280 Sports Network, your morning minute on a reaction Friday to the Broncos loss to the Chargers. Shawn, it's an open buffet of criticism, according to everybody on Twitter right now, and everybody needs to just relax. However, let's start in. Where does your criticism begin?
Well, first I want to point out that you called it. And Nate called this, if you caught us recently earlier in the week, talked about how that two tight end set specifically mentioned Hunter Henry, how that was going to be a problem for the Broncos. Hunter Henry, 83 yards and a touchdown. So I think you absolutely got it right, Nate. What we've seen in a span of 5 days is the Broncos getting beaten by teams that give them a different look. Two running backs that could be in at the same time in Atlanta, two tight ends that could be at the same time in San Diego. That maybe had a challenge with disrupting the Broncos defense. Now teams are maybe using their aggressiveness in the pass rush against them a little bit by nickel and diming, letting guys run after the catch. I think that can be fixed, Nate. I think they can adjust to that. The concern is, where's the ceiling on this Broncos offense? They got Virgil Green back. They got Donald Stevenson back. They certainly didn't look any better.
Yeah, and let's also keep this in mind. There's been a lot of criticism about the defense. I saw a lot of people on Twitter last night during the game complaining about the defense. Shut up. This defense gave up 19 points to Phillip Rivers. That's not that bad, folks. The defense is struggling when you've got those crossing routes. They're struggling, as Shawn pointed out, when you've got the two tight ends or the two running backs that can cause some problems, including trying to force the linebackers to do what they're not good at, which is having to deal with coverage. And so those are things that can be addressed. What you saw in terms of the defense yesterday, in my opinion, was that Wade Phillips had 3.5 days to be able to react to what happened with Atlanta. It's not enough time to ultimately implement it. If we still see that problem in November or December, then let's talk. But right now, having to react to what happened with Atlanta and doing it in a short week, I am just fine. That said, the offensive line, Shawn, was finally back and intact, including Virgil Green, for the first time, and they performed really poorly.
It was bad. So many holding penalties, obviously concerns there. This team missed Gary Kubiak. Make no mistake, they missed Gary Kubiak. Now, it's an expectation. I don't think you can criticize Joe DeCamillis. We talk about it the short week. How would you like to be named coach on a short week? So, I mean, there's nothing you can talk about with DeCamillis there. I think he did as best as he could. But you noticed the play calling was uninspired. I think that you didn't get the kind of in-game adjustments that you get with Gary Kubiak. And I think this cost the Denver Broncos. There are signs to be worried about. The Texans come in 10 days. I think if you lose that game, then we have a lot of things to talk about. In the meantime, I think it's important not to overreact to 2 losses in a 5-day span.
The play calling wasn't just uninspired, it was predictable at times, and that was the other problem that the Broncos had. Now, in honor of the flag on my sweatshirt right now from our friends at Sauce Hockey, I will point out that it's hockey time, folks. The Avs get to work on Saturday. I'm not expecting an amazing season out of them by any stretch, but I did stop by practice yesterday, got a chance to watch them. Very much a coaching, teaching feel with Jared Bednar. He was very much out there with the guys, working with them in not just a coach standpoint, but in very much, it felt to me, Shawn, like a teaching standpoint. We believe, you and I both do, that this young team needs a little bit more of that. And so I'm not expecting a division winner, but at the same time, this might be a change that could help them out. I'm just happy that hockey's back, but I'm biased.
Next time, give me the memo about the shirts, okay?
I got it. I got it.
Pick the one day I just wear black.
I got black underneath here because I started off in mourning after this, and then I realized that everybody just needed to calm down. All of you on Twitter, just relax. It's a Friday. Enjoy it, okay? You live in Denver. Smile. It's a good day. For Shawn, I'm Nate, 5280 Sports Network. We'll talk to you Monday.